Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. So I'm sure you guys don't really think about this all the time or at all, but apparently there's a lot of things that we're doing every day that are actually illegal. So let's find out what they are.
While most of us try and be good law-abiding citizens most of the time,
That's me.
we can be breaking the law without even knowing it. Yes, you can technically call yourself a small-time criminal if you have ever been involved in any of these illegal activities. Using a fake name online.
What?
So you're filling out an online registration form, and you enter a fake name that makes you chuckle, like Seymour Butts or Megan Cox. You don't really think much of it. After all, why should you give your real name to every single site you register with? But did you know that entering a fake name can get you arrested and charged with hacking? The Computer Fraud and Abuse Act states that when you give a false name, you are gaining access to a website in a way that its owner didn't authorize. In other words, you are claiming to be someone you are not to try and access a page, which constitutes hacking and could land you in prison for 5 to 20 years.
That is crazy. I wouldn't give my real name out on every website that I visit to because I don't know, like I just don't want people to know my real name. So I give like a fake name out all the time, and I'm sure everyone does. So say like I want to download a program that I'm only going to use one time and the site asks for my name or something, I'm not going to like write my real name and my address because I often ask for the address as well. And plus like the internet is so scary these days. It's just safer to not give out your real name and any of your real details because you never really know who's taking that information.
Connecting to public Wi-Fi. You're out in public, desperately need to go online, and your smartphone locates an open network.
We've all felt this.
Prayers have been answered. But we are here to tell you that Wi-Fi squatting is in fact illegal as per the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act,
no
which
way.
states that it is illegal to access someone's connection without their authorization. Makes sense considering you're freely using a service that someone else is paying for. Several years ago in the United States, a man was arrested and fined $400 for regularly parking outside a cafe with his open laptop and tapping into the
okay,
Wi-Fi
like
connection. Laws on public Wi-Fi have
I
been
understand.
somewhat lenient, but according to many lawyers, the lines are still blurry.
I can understand that. There are some Wi-Fi networks out there that are actually like public and free for other people to use. I thought that's what they were talking about. But they were talking about, say like there's a Wi-Fi connection at a small business, like a cafe or a small shop or something like that, and it's designed only for customers or the owners or employees to use, and then someone else comes in and uses it. Like, I get that's illegal, but if it's like a big Wi-Fi network, like say a shopping mall or yeah, an airport, then yeah, I mean, I thought that's what she was talking about. So, whew, in the clear.
Littering. You might casually toss
We know
a
littering
wrapper
is
on the ground
illegal.
without thinking much of it, but watch out, you litter bug, because in many North American cities, littering is a criminal offense.
As it is in Australia.
The punishment for a first-time litterer begins with a $100 fine and 8 hours of picking up roadside litter. In Washington State, throwing a lit cigarette on the ground is considered a Class B misdemeanor, with a fine of up to $2,500 and 5 years in prison.
Wow.
Throwing trash in water on highways and on properties is considered a Class A misdemeanor and carries a maximum fine of $6,250
Whoa.
and
10 years.
Betting with
10 years. Don't some people that get convicted of murder go to jail for like 10 years?
betting with friends. Ever wanted to make a $2,000 bet with some of your friends? In
Yes.
case the thought ever crossed your
And
mind,
I have.
beware. Did you know that it is illegal to bet $2,000 in one
Okay,
game
not more
with
than
five or
$2,000.
more people? If you get caught, you're headed to the big house for up to 10 years. Who knew that a friendly bet could ruin your life? And if you think they take this all lightly, you are wrong. In 2005, a man named Sal Pelosi was overheard betting the forbidden amount amongst friends in a Virginia bar. The person who overheard this just happened to be an undercover cop. And the next day, an entire SWAT team showed up at his doorstep
And shot him to death?
person.
No way! Again, like, with the overkill punishments, like, you've bet $2,000 with some friends. Next day, dead.
Cursing. If the F-bomb is irregular in your vocabulary, you might want to watch that potty mouth. In many U.S.
Clean
states,
as a
people
whistle.
have been arrested for using curse words in public. In states like Virginia,
Seriously?
profane or indecent language in public is a Class 1 misdemeanor. And in 2010, a Milwaukee man was fined $500 after a police officer heard him swearing
What?
in a casual conversation at the back of the
No.
bus. Apparently swearing in public disturbs the peace and poses a quality of life issue to those unwillingly
Well, I
exposed to
guess-
such profanity.
I mean, I guess it's not that nice to hear someone like swearing their head off on the street, but This happens so often in Australia. If you reserve it for when you really mean it, then maybe it's okay. Like sometimes, oh, I don't know. People will disagree.
Sharing passwords. You may think you're doing something nice by giving your friend your Netflix password so that she too can binge watch her life away. And while we do believe you are a nice person, you're actually cheating the system by paying for one account and allowing access to multiple users. Maybe we can forgive you for giving the password to a close family member, but don't go spreading it around too much or you'll attract suspicion. Netflix has begun to find ways to stop people from password sharing. Sometimes if there are too many people trying to access one account, Netflix will say it's currently unavailable.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that. I've seen that done.
Not caring, but stealing.
Maybe it's best for me to not say anything about this one. But she did say that it's like okay to share with a close family member, maybe, in some instances. So yeah, there's kind of like a grey line there, so let's try and walk along that grey line, shall we?
Not claiming your eBay earnings.
What?
eBay is a fun online place to make money off items lying around the house that you simply don't need. And if you do your research and play your cards right, you can make quite the fruitful income. But selling on eBay works like a virtual store. Therefore, it is considered a business transaction between you and the buyer. This is why, just like any job, you must claim your eBay earnings at the end of every year. Not doing so is considered tax evasion.
Okay, I get
This law
it.
isn't strictly followed because people don't think of selling something on eBay as being real income that needs to be claimed.
Right.
If you are one of these people, we're just warning you, don't be surprised if the tax man shows up on your doorstep.
Tax. Of course that's what it means. Because yeah, I thought it meant if you get money from eBay, like why would you not take it? It's yours. But to not claim it is something different. Like you have to claim all the money that you earn and pay tax on it. If you don't, that's called tax evasion and is like a form of fraud.
Writing disturbing material. If you write something that someone may consider disturbing, you can get fined and even end up in jail because of it.
What?
This law is something that can be all too easily broken, but it does make sense considering it is difficult to tell whether the person actually means to wreak the havoc they write about. And perhaps it is better to watch out for the kid who writes about a fake attack on his school, which is what actually happened with an Oklahoma high school student who was suspended and arrested after his teacher discovered said story. It is clear that this disturbing material law draws a very fine line, and you need to be careful what you share with people.
Yeah, but like anything can be disturbing, right? Like it's so subjective. You could write something and then if someone finds it disturbing or offensive, they'll just send it into the police and what? You get fined.
See you later, YouTube trolls.
Yeah, but that could apply to you as well.
See you later, YouTube trolls.
Oh my god. The trolls will never disappear.
Carrying a permanent marker.
Carrying a permanent marker.
Supplies, kids.
This is
If
not
bosses decide
illegal.
to check your bag and find you with a permanent marker, they may have the right to haul you away.
No, that's a lie.
It is illegal to carry broad-tipped indelible markers, and it is also a crime to buy permanent markers for someone under the age of 18, as they can be used for accident vandalism.
No way.
These laws are in effect in many U.S. states, from New York all the way to California, and seem somewhat silly given that there are many other more dangerous
Exactly.
acts of vandalism if you really wanted to.
There's so many more things to be concerned about than like kids carrying around permanent markers. Cause like, who does that anyway? Like, I'm pretty sure like, oh, what? It's not mine. Well, that's it. So that was 10 illegal things that you could be doing all the time. I definitely agree with most of them. Some of them are pretty far-fetched, and I don't think even like the most law-abiding citizen in the world would be able to adhere to all those laws. Like, I know I've definitely broken a few of them. 1, 2, maybe 3. So hopefully you guys liked that video, and comment down below if there's any one of these things that you've broken. If you like this kind of stuff, please subscribe. I've got plenty more to come, and until next time, see you later. Bye!